Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 3, Episode 7, Civil Defense. This is a great episode. Before I really get into this episode, I just want to mention real quick, this is the 53rd episode of Deep Space Nine. Now, the reason I bring that up is I realize O'Brien has not been in every single episode of Deep Space Nine. I think he's missing from like 4 episodes, 3 or 4, because there were the ones where they went to Keiko's mom's birthday and then he just hasn't shown up. Whatever. 53rd episode. Colm Meaney is credited with being in 52 episodes of The Next Generation, going from Encounter at Farpoint to the series finale. All good things. I lost that train, sorry. 52 episodes in between that, which is a lot. That's pretty impressive. That's like 2 seasons worth throughout the series. So this being the 53rd episode, that even though he's not in every single episode, he definitely has more screen time in these 53 than the Next Generation's 52, but he has now officially been credited with more episodes of Deep Space Nine than he has the Next Generation. So congratulations to Colm Meaney. I thought that was really cool. That being said, everything's his fault in this episode. So this episode's kind of similar to Babel. At least it reminded me of Babel, which was like season 1, maybe season 2. I don't know. They blend together when you binge them like this. So if you guys remember in Babel, O'Brien accidentally activated like some Bajoran attack program that made everybody on board incapable of comprehending speech. So in this episode, it was kind of Jake and Chief O'Brien working together because he's like his apprentice, if you guys remember that. Which again, that shows how the show builds on continuity. O'Brien's trying to delete all of the different Cardassian files in the system. That's just like background noise and garbage and stuff. Well, he accidentally deletes one while Sisko, Jake, and O'Brien are in like this ore part of the station, like a mining part. And when they delete it, it activates this Cardassian program where they think that the Bajorans are trying to take over. They're trying to revolt. So like this giant projector of Gul Dukat shows up and he's like, you are trying to escape and this will not be tolerated and you will be gassed and killed for your crimes. And so it's a great episode. Like this episode could have been really bogged down by how serious it could have been. But for overall, this episode's actually kind of entertaining. I really enjoyed this one. So Jake, Sisko, and O'Brien have to like crawl out. Meanwhile, like Odo and Quark are stuck in Odo's office. We see Dax, Kira, and Dr. Bajir in ops, and nobody can do anything. And all of these doors are locked, and there's force fields everywhere. So Sisko, Jake, and O'Brien are trying to crawl through these little ducts to try to get out of this before they're killed. Meanwhile, Garak shows up. And again, Garak is like this amazing character that just a couple episodes where we see Garak and he's talking to the Cardassian. He's like, blah, 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 file, subparagraph, you need to turn around. And they're like, yes, sir. And they leave. And he's like, I just heard that while I was working in my tailor shop. In this one, Garak like shows up at ops and he's like, use passcode, blah, blah, blah. The force field shuts down, he walks through and it comes back up. So again, Garak is not all that he seems to be. And it's great. That's what makes Garak the most interesting character to me in the whole series. So that's all going on. Meantime, Kira and Dax are trying to figure out like what's going on. How can we shut this down? How can we stop it? Because now the station has like a self-destruct is about to happen. And Gul Dukat himself ends up showing up and beaming on board. And he's like, what are the chances? Like I saw myself show up and say Terok Nor is under attack. And I had to come investigate. And like while all these phasers are being fired, like he's just walking around and they're missing him. And Garak's like, you motherfucker. Like he realizes that it was like a Cardassian like miss system. Like it knows not to fire on them. So Garak stands up. It's just a great episode. And then Gul Dukat, being the douche that he is like, well, you guys think about what's going to go on. I'll be right back. And he tries to beam out, and then another video pops up, and it's like, so, Gul Dukat, we know you just tried to escape, and you're a coward, and now all of your, like, passcodes are changed. They're null. So now Gul Dukat can't even help them. So just all sorts of stuff's going on. Of course, by the time we get to the end of the episode, they fix everything and everything goes back to the way it should be. But overall, this was a great episode. It was really fun. It was really enjoyable. I had a great time watching this one. So for those who have seen this one, did you guys like this? Did you think it was too similar to Babel? Did you think it was too funny and it should have been more serious? Or did you think it was too serious and should have been more funny? Go ahead, let me know. And of course, every time, what do you guys think about Garrick? I personally think he's awesome, but let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the YouTube subscriptions, the friend requests, the messages. You guys are all great. Thank you guys for the suggestions about future videos. You guys are all awesome. I will see you guys next time for Meridian.